Yo. 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 Yo, yo, yo. What's up, boys? How are we doing today? Bum, 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 bum. Bradley, what's up, buddy? Alright, we're going to go in on informs this weekend as well. We'll probably wait till later this weekend when we get all the supply from Foot Champs. But later this weekend will be a fantastic time to resupply. Alright, should we get started with some BPM? I need a stock, boys. I'm low right now. Only have like 300 commons. Led, what's up, buddy? Only 112 silver packs. We gotta get to like 250 today. What do you think? Hola. Alright. You guys decide who you're using the striker Evo on? Spanish manager go for anything? 400 maybe? Stopped my club on Tuesday and had 4,120 players. Started selling at 910K. I have 3,630 players in the club. I have 1.9 mil. I've made so much coins. W, man. Yeah, we are officially out of all silver commons and silver rares that aren't our Sunderland team. Or Lib Sud, basically. It's wild, man. I'm addicted. Isn't it great? Isn't it a fantastic feeling? Marco, welcome back, bud. Alright, should we check what the silver market's at right now, too? In the meantime. You can check my transfer profit. I'm on your friends list. It's Teddy Fluff. Sick luck. I don't see you on there. You on old gen? I'm on PS5 right now. That's weird. Is your account private? Or something? Hey, Mama made 300K from your silver method. Now silvers are very hard to snipe for 200. What's the method now? Enjoy the rest of your profits by selling off your club stock. Snipe it a little higher because everything's 350 very quickly. So if you wanted to snipe at like 250, you could. But mainly now's a selling time more than a buying time. This market's going to be extremely hard to win anything. So I'm transitioning to more silver rares. We're flipping those. We're doing some BPM. Club stock in there. As you see here, you can still win cards and flip. Cold. One thing I'm not selling any libs and suds. Yeah, if you guys want to know why we're keeping libs and suds, our newest video on the channel today, we did a breakdown of League SBCs that we got last year. We showed you guys the video, the prices everything got to, the investments we made, ways to make coins off of it, things to potentially invest in. We covered all that. So if you kind of want to see what it looked like last year, if you forgot or you didn't play last year, that video is the newest one on the channel. Let me know if you have any questions. That's probably going to be different than the ones we get this year. I would assume even if it's a copy and paste, that rating would drop a little bit. Bog, what's up, buddy? Got any soft bans or something for the silver thing? I've been occasionally soft banned, but I switch between PS4, PS5, web app and companion app quite often, so it's very rare that I'm soft banned for long. So you sold all silvers from PLX other major leagues and good nations? I basically got rid of everything, yeah. I didn't have many Prem ones to begin with because the Prem were already up in price from the bare minimum of the market. I'm more specifically talking about my 150 bids. Got soft ban for like 3 hours? Dang, man. With marquee matchups supplied today, this could be nice. Nice little snips. Prediction for tomorrow? About what, specifically? That's very vague. You know exactly what I mean? I hope you're talking about Sunderland. I'm hoping for a Sunderland win with Mr. Barabi's first goal for the club. If it could be a 2-0 shutout. A lot of good performances. A healthy Siddiqui and a healthy Alderte. I'd be happy. Yeah, I haven't had much time to club stock. Been so busy recently, but even still mad. I got 100K. And also one silver 150 bid. Ages ago, sold for 6K. W, man. Alright, we got some packs open for you guys, too. We'll do that later today. Let's spam some BPM, get the club going. Go from there. I'm doing too much trading and too little writing my master's thesis. Need to reevaluate my priorities. Nah, man, your priorities are dead on. Keep doing you, buddy. Write your thesis on League SBCs. Check if you have Diop in your club. I feel like there's 59 Diops. Can you be a little more specific than that, bud? If it's a silver and it's not Liberstud, I probably don't have it. $69 rated. I ain't got that. I'm officially cooked, boys. Dude, you know how nice it's going to feel when we can win 150 bids again? And the floodgates open up? It's going to be the greatest feeling in the world, man. History major, so unfortunately I can't do that. You can talk about the history of Ultimate Team. How they've changed year after year. We just got another sub card that I didn't have. Let's go. W, man. Alright. Let's, I haven't tried bidding today. Let's see what that's looking like right now. You think tomorrow we can bid silvers for 150 or 200? We might have a mini window with the resupply. I would assume it's not going to be long of a window. Sniping you'd probably be better off with. The weird feeling about League SBCs that Sud Libs won't get mental this year because so many people invested in them compared to previous years. If you think that's the case, but we're getting the same things, it won't matter because the supply will dry out. Prices might be down temporarily, but they would. You just wait until people sell off and start doing the SBCs because once it's put in the SBC and submitted, there's no longer that supply. You can also lazy list. But I think in general, yeah, for prices to get to what they were last year, I think it'd be extremely difficult to be a copy and paste of prices. I think they're going to be expensive, but all really comes down to the rating. If they keep the rating at 74, that's going to be next to impossible to do, and prices could potentially go higher than they've ever gone. Okay, though I'm still invested, I want my coins to skyrocket. I mean, it's an easy investment, because like we said in the video, and like we said on stream, literally if you're picking up silver commons or silver rares for those leagues under the buy nows on the market, it's guaranteed coins selling to the market. So, as long as you're not like, I'm going to start spending 1,000 coins on a silver rare live and hope it gets to 5k, that's where you screw yourself. If you're sticking to market fundamentals and doing the bare minimum, club stocking, you're good. Yeah, the Prime Silver upgrade's refreshing tomorrow, but there's a lot of value needed for silvers, and we have the silver tournament starting soon, so I don't think we're going to see the market completely reset in price. The first kind of indicator I'm looking at is these open bids. If we can consistently start winning for 250, we're in a better spot. Aaron, what's up, buddy? What's going, brother? I don't know. Do you guys think we're going to get the same league SBCs as last year? And if no, do you think it's going to be something completely different or what? I personally think it's going to be the same thing with just a different rating. So same teams, but maybe like a 73 or 72. So I had to brag about flips again. I did today. Bought Charlton for 1.51, sold for 1.62 mil, and then the better one bought Stom for 1.35 and sold for 1.49. Nice. How much money is that after tax? W, man. Bids are still going to be crazy right now. Alright, let's do some packs quick. Let's get her started, boys. Imagine if they were a curveball and changed Lib and Sud to some other league. That'd be nuts, though. That would be. It would be fun to have something different, though, too. So, not all bad. Alright, dudes. We have our marquee matchups packs from last week that I haven't opened yet. And we have a 75 plus times 5 and a gold pack as well. So, let's get these open. See if we can get anything crazy out of it. Maguire W right off the rip. Basically an icon. Alright, come on. Could I get a tradable walkout today? That'd be really nice. To get us some more coins. Ooh! Simmons first owner. I feel like that'd be decent for an Evo. Only issue is I've basically just only been Evoing Sunderland cards. And plan to still do that. Which, by the way, speaking of Evos, who are you guys using for your striker one? This looks absolutely wild for 25K. I have first owner. Where is he? Rashford. So, I could technically use Rashford. But, who I want to use it on, go to Sunderland. I want to do it on Wilson Isidore. Where's he at? Where's Isidore at? There he is. Look at this card. For an 80 rated, look at those stats. Passing's down a little bit. But for an 80 rated card to have pace, shooting, dribbling, and physical all in the 80s. With 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, being 6'1". I feel like that's going to be a crazy card. I don't know. But let me know who you guys are doing. If you're using some meta player. If you're using an RTG player. I'm curious. Alright, rare mixed players pack. Left wing, Spanish. No walkout though. Brobby clears. The only issue is I have an 82 rated Brobby that I just put a... I can show you actually. Let me just show it real quick. This is the issue. I just... We'd have to see how good it takes Brobby. No, I'd have to get rid of the existing Evo. It won't let me make a second Evo. This is what I have. So I put the game changer on him. So he has a playstyle plus. This one was fine enough. I wouldn't mind waiting for this one to get evoed more. Why doesn't it work? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's not a thing. Let me try real quick. Brobby. If I buy Brobby off the market. Send to the club. I go to the Evo. Born to Shine. Sunderland. You already have a evolution version of this player. So I'd have to quick sell that one in order to make another one, which is dumb. Stilvers are still so high? Yep, so sell everything you can for crazy coins, boys. Alright, no walkout on this one either. Rip. Hey, more silvers into the club. W. I evoed the same cards loads this year, have you? Or are you talking about last year? Because last year I'm pretty sure you could. This year it doesn't look like an option. You've done multiple ones this year? Oh, you're not saying the same thing I'm saying. I'm saying you can't have two active Evos. Like, you can't have two Evos of the same player in your club. You can take the same card and Evo it multiple times. I'm saying I can't take my existing Brobby that has an Evo and start another Brobby. That was the whole point of me not being able to use Brobby for the Evo, because I have an existing Evo of him. So he's still getting... No. Brobby is already an Evo in my club. I can't take a new Brobby and put him into it. So if I do Born to Shine, my existing Brobby no longer fits the requirements. I would have to start a new card in order to do him. Because the max is overall of 80. He's an 82. Yes, I've Evo'd a Udagi 6-8 times. Brother, you're fine. You are having a different conversation. You're still wrong. Yes, this one's max 80, but what you're saying is something completely different. You're saying you have taken a card that you Evo'd, you put more stats on it, or you did another Evo on it. I've done that with like half these cards. I've done multiple Evos on the same card. The same existing Evo card. What we are saying is you can't have an existing Evo of a player and then start with that same player another Evo variation from its base card. Does that make sense? So I can't have two active Brobbies. I can't. I can have a special card Brobby. If Brobby gets an Inform, I can have an Inform Brobby. I can have a promo card Brobby, but I can't have two Evo Brobbies. Thought it was max 83. Yes, I know. But then, what is your Udagi point? That seems like a completely separate thing. Mubba is officially on. I haven't lost it. Nah. Not yet, at least. Give me a little bit more time, and I'll surely lose it. We both lost each other midway through the argument. The same Udagi that I've Evo'd the whole time. I've done the same card about 7 Evos of him. Yes. And that's not what I'm saying. My whole argument is you can't have 2 Evos of the same card. You can Evo the same card. You can't have 2 Evos of a card. Separate ones. That's all I'm saying. Ready for League SVCs? And Zombies in COD 7? I'm so ready for Black Ops 7. Battlefield 6 is a ton of fun. Thought you meant the other thing? You've seen me Evo existing Evos on stream. You've seen me do it live. Also, too, guys, for those complaining that they couldn't get Informs because they were too high in price, we're going to have nice Inform supply this weekend with Weekend League. So, mass bidding 10K and under on Informs when they all got to 11K plus a few days ago worked really well. And it should continue to work well. I'm personally waiting until later this weekend, probably Sunday, to do it. So that hopefully the supply dries up a little bit. Because right now they were relatively low. I don't know what they're at the moment. We can take a look though. Yeah. They're low right now. Oh, that would have been a nice one. Black Ops 3 Zombies and Customs is the GOAT. Yes, sir. Alright, we can get some flips. Like I said, I probably don't want to go too crazy on this right now. Probably want to wait till Sunday. The League SBCs have Lib and Sud again. There's only 2 gold commons from the Sud and like 8 from Lib. Yes. Basically. So they'd either have to change the requirements, but if they don't, that means our investment would be an even better investment. Because silver rares would be more in demand, especially the higher end ones. Meow. You reckon the Busquets SBC will make informs move? If informs are needed for it. Depends on how many teams he needs. How many informs are needed. When it comes out. If it comes out this weekend with all the supply might even it out, but if it comes like Monday or Tuesday. How to be ready for League SBCs? Our newest video today. So if you haven't taken a look at our newest video today, boys, we walk through all the investments I'm making. All the things last year that rose in price. We go over the video that we made last year on grinding League SBCs. We show you the market last year, how wild silver rares got, gold lid method, things like that. We show you Eredivisie, League One, Bundesliga, Serie A. We walk through it all. Will it affect the repeatability of completing the League SBC, or will we just buy the players with profit from the club stock? It will make you more coins, actually. So last year, we had this exact same problem. Last year, people complained that it was way too expensive, and therefore they didn't do the premium mixed league upgrade. I took the other route and said, because player prices are overpriced, people are going to spend so much more than they actually need to. So if you're smart with either sniping or bidding, not as like an investment for when League SBCs come out, because that's a separate thing, but during it, not only is it super easy to do for relatively cheap compared to what the price actually says it is, the amount of coins you make from it is just insane. And again, the video from today kind of goes over all that, so if you haven't seen it yet, that'd be your best bet to kind of understand how many coins can be in it. Bro, what's up? Amazing advice on the silvers? Thanks, man. How much did you make on them? No. What are you up to? I might start flipping some silver rares. Up to 200K today? W. It's at 98K yesterday. My man. That's awesome, dude. Some PC silver rares is where it's at higher profit margins. Nice. Slept around 3 hours just bidding silvers all night. Oh, you weren't even selling club stocks, you were just flipping? Nice, dude. Bro, the bronze pack method isn't it. I make no profit. If not, lose coins. Well, because you're probably doing the bronze pack method wrong. How are you viewing the bronze pack method? Just flipping, bro? Dang, man. I need to get back on it then. Best way to make coins right now? Silvers, 100%. Sniping, bidding, flipping, rares, and commons. So many coins in them. If you club stock like we recommended for 150, you've over doubled your coins. You probably have hundreds of thousands in your club. I'd get rid of basically everything you can. SBC solution cards. Ron, what amount would you suggest I go from silvers to team of the weeks? I would never go from silvers to team of the weeks. I would do both. As long as you always have coins, always do silvers. As long as you're always making coins. Whenever you're comfortable with doing a few team of the weeks, at least you can. My recommendation, though, is for special cards in general. You're getting more per card, but usually less sales compared to the silvers. So listing them all together in bulk, whether it's a inform, whether it's a special card, getting a lot of them together is usually the move. Wednesday night bought 1.5k silvers for 150, then sold Thursday and today for 350 plus, made 300k. Isn't it so nice, man? If you have a player called Hernan Rodriguez, he's 10k. If you got, can you guys do me a favor? If you guys post a player in chat, either full name is good for people searching, but if you could do name and rating, that'd be even more helpful. If you could get a little bit more specific, because like for people like me right now and other people like you guys, we're probably very low on silvers in the club at the moment. Therefore, if you're suggesting to look for a player and it's a silver common or a silver rare, we most likely don't have it. Just to make it easier on all of us. No worries. It's not a bad thing. Just to make it smoother. Nearly have 4K bronzes as well. I need to get back up to thousands of bronzes. We have, I think, 1,300 bronze rares at the moment, but under 300 bronze commons. Cold, cold, cold. Sabe, I want him to be a Sunderland player so bad. Maybe one day. We could technically probably do 300 and list for 400 plus. Double our coins on that one. W. What's so weird is I feel like I can sit here and snipe, and ones for 250 will go instantly, but then I'll win a 200 out of nowhere. Or you feel like it should be harder? Let's go, 700 for that one. Which SBC do you use to switch platforms on Pale Tools? Which SBC do you use to switch platforms on Pale Tools? Huh? Am I reading that wrong, or am I might not just be, I might not understand it. Like, when I'm on Pale Tools, for what SBC is it usually for? Is that what you mean? When you get banned, you switch. Yes and no. I switch before I get banned. That's one of the pro tips. Is if you're consistently flipping between PS4, PS5, web app, and companion app, usually you can avoid soft bans altogether. Let's go. This is a lot easier than I thought it would be, actually. We have 1,400 bronze rares. And selling silvers all day. Going to get back to BPM when I'm done. Made about 400k so far in silvers. Nice, man. Taylor, how's it going? I'm doing fantastic, man. How are you doing? Is anyone mass bidding on silver rares right now? If so, what's the minimum buy now? Is it still 400 plus, or have they dropped back to 350? Yep, the best silver player in the game is 10k. The 73 rated guy. Everyone's using him for the tourney, or the warm-up before the tourney. There's like 25 YouTubers who've made videos on him. Bidding 200 all day, but on PC. For silver rares? What are silver rares? I always get banned after I bid too many times. I would recommend kind of, when you're on the game, pretend an EA employee is sitting directly behind you and they're trying to detect whether or not you're acting like a bot. So you try to mix it up in terms of what you do. You do some bidding, open a bronze pack. You do some selling, go back to bidding. Or when you do bid, don't bid all at the same pace. Bid one or two on a page, flip to the next page. Where they really get you is when you sit there and you're like bidding 50 times. Boom, 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 boom. What's the best way to find solution players? If you watch our club stock video in the trading playlist, we go over all the best routes to find every single solution player super quickly. In the moment, right before they rise, when they're rising, and then also all the ones that are already risen. We also provide a Discord in there that will give you screenshots of in the moment what's directly up, and if you have notifications on for it or you look at the channel, you can see stuff that is up in price. When did that video come out? I posted that, I think, a little more than a week ago. And since then, we've made another, I think, 1 million plus coins. Mainly using that club stock method. So remember at the start of the year when I was making money on Silver Pack method and you tried and got nothing, couldn't believe it? Dude, that was awful. I couldn't get any of the kits. I got so sick, I called my EA rep and I said, hey, all these guys are flexing their Silver Pack method because they're getting all these extinct kits and I'm getting nothing right now. And he's like, I'm sorry, sir, I can't like, increase your pack luck on them. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not asking you to increase the pack luck. I don't want anyone else to thrive. So could you maybe price cap kits at 300 coins? And they're like, so you mean you want people to make less coins from packs? And I said, absolutely. He said, say no more. I'll let the higher-ups know. And you know what they said in response? They said, Mumble Elite, it's crazy. Ever since we did that, FIFA point sales have went up 25%. I said, hey, I'm just doing my part. I should be thanking you for letting me get on this amazing game. I said, can I get a cut of any of those sales? They said, no, we can't do that. Hopefully you understand. I said, no problem. I get it. But could you give us a Sunderland promo sometime soon? So we'll take a look at Scream and see if we get any Scream cards. Alright, so we're starting to get some sales for 11K. What are open bids looking like on specials right now? Again, I would maybe, unless you have nothing in your club for informs, I'd maybe hold off bidding until buy now prices go a little up. Okay, so it's more competitive, or less competitive than it was before. So most likely Sunday I'll go in and start bidding 10K on everything. Because we'll make a minimum of 450 coins per card. What are special cards open bids looking like, though? What are the 10-2-5s? Some current promos. Darun. Multiple of him. Step to silver for 700, sold for 9K. Let's go. W, man. Isn't it so nice when that happens? Don't you feel insane? It's all good. Every year they nerf League SBC method and we seem to do fine. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Every time, and you guys can say it's me sucking off EA or coping that League SBCs aren't what they used to be. You can have that view, and that's perfectly fine. I always take the route of when people complain, there's usually a way to make coins, especially when people complain about something being expensive. And that's where we usually thrive. Like, if you go back last year, I mean, the video today kind of covered that a little bit, but if you go back to the sentiment for a lot of YouTubers, I watched Nepenthes' video to study it. Nepenthes was pissed and said he recommends no one does the premium mix. Avoid it completely. Do the mixed instead, and maybe slowly over time do the premium. In my head, I'm like, absolutely not, dude. Sounds like no one's going to be doing this. Sounds like the amount of bids you can win, sounds like the amount of snipes you can win is going to be absolutely insane, because no one will want to touch this. And their complaint will be it's too expensive, but we'll make infinitely more off of this than we'll actually spend. That's when the gold lib method came into effect. That's when the silver sniping came into effect. And dude, we cooked. I mean, even look at the Eredivisie. In that video that I recorded for the Eredivisie, I, like, just to see market prices, was like, let me go to silvers to see the price. And everything's like 400 plus. I sniped, I think, 2 cards for 200 within seconds. And got them to sell for, I think, 600 was the price I put them at. Just easy money. Got a feeling Lib Sub could be replaced by Saudi this year due to an influx of golds. Influx of golds in Saudi League, you're saying? The issue is if they do Saudi League, what's the other league they're going to put with it? Lesson in life, areas where people think there's no opportunity is where you should go. Yes, sir. Look at that. We won one bid. W. MLS. So, the only issue with that is usually MLS and Championship go hand in hand with the mixed league upgrade. So if they did do the MLS / Saudi for a premium, I'm curious what they'd replace the other MLS with. Either way, it doesn't matter what it is. I have a soft spot for Lib and Sud, but literally it could be anything. I'm going to make coins off of it. I'm going to enjoy it. The only thing I hope they don't change is the Jumbo Gold. If they take away our Jumbo Gold, I'm rioting. I'm going down to those Vancouver offices before they switch over to Saudi. And I am complaining. Asking to speak to the manager. Question though. I'm curious on your guys' input. For my goals this year, one of my main goals is I always like hitting 10 million liquid coins, and I try to do it before Team of the Year. If we get League SBCs within the next week or two, I feel like I'll be around 5 mil by then, give or take a little bit. I'm trying to think logically what would make more sense. Going as hard as we can on League SBC grinding and making even more packs and not worrying about getting 10 million coins and maybe having that be a goal after Team of the Year. Because I know we can do both at the same time. I could do 5 to 10 runs a day and still make 100k plus. No problem with League SBCs. But I don't know. Because we had, what, 10 million coins last year. We had infinite packs. We never ran out. We packed basically everything in the game. Crafted SBCs. Say enjoy making packs. You can always get coins after. We could also pack something crazy from them too, where it's like if we did 5 extra League SBC runs a day, the trade-off might be a tradable icon that we get in there. But also too, the more League SBCs we do, the more fodder we get, the more SBCs we can do. The better our RTG team becomes, the more cards we get to try out. Gives us a little bit more flexibility in kind of the RTG style of things too, which could be appealing. Don't you feel it will be better for you personally? I'll focus on League SBC grind rather than the profit. Yeah. Also too, the nice thing, like a lot of you guys right now, your complaint with the silver market is now that prices are up, it's hard for you to win bids the way you want to. And you feel like you're just kind of waiting until things go back down. The nice thing once League SBCs are out is the silvers hold like at least a somewhat consistent price. They usually always have a certain amount of value. And the nice thing with that is you can literally just sit there and flip easily. Lazy listing, super popular. And trading becomes a whole lot easier as well. Yeah, silver rares are very easy to get on bid right now. Which makes me think, are they not selling well by now? Or is just a coin magnet or... Now I'm just looking at... Because I don't want to fill my whole transfer list with them. For here, I focus on League SBCs. Once SBC storage comes out, you can get any card in the game while making coins. Yeah. But like the thing too is like, I always like setting goals, but I don't know what the goal necessarily means. Like, for me, 10 million is always a goal I set because it's something that aesthetically looks well on the screen. It gets people interested in your methods, so it's good like promotion for the trading methods and then the investing. But also too, it's like enough of a challenge where you really have to work for it, especially low end. But like outside of that, I don't see much of a difference between 5 mil and 10 mil in that aspect. If someone sees me with 5 mil coins, I mean, people say that with like a few 100K. They say I have a few 100K and they're like, how did you get a few 100,000 coins? And it's like, oh buddy, we have like 2 mil right now. Just you wait. Yeah, I want to do an SBC counter for sure. And the nice thing with Pale Tools is Pale Tools will tell you how many League SBCs you've completed. So we could set like monthly challenges. An RTG thing I want to do is like have 5 to 10 runs of League SBCs where we save the prime gold players back at the end, if it's what last year's was, for like content each day. Why are you selling all silver rares today? I'm not selling all silver rares today. I sold basically all my silver rares yesterday. I'm just picking up silver rares and flipping them because it's pure profit. Yeah, we're basically out of silvers. I'm down to basically just Lib and Sun, and then some Sunderland cards. Silver rares going for a premium. Most are going for 400 plus. So if you club stock for 300, it's guaranteed profit on every card right now. And you can easily win them on bid for 300 right now. Mix that in with better leagues, better nations, objective nations. You got a money-making machine. Or, another way you could look at it too, if someone told you right now, most gold commons went for 400 plus, and you mass bid 300 on gold commons, because that's the cheapest you could bid, and you're winning so many, a lot of people would be happy with that flip. So that's how I usually view that a little bit. Because it's higher than we usually bid for silver commons, obviously. But I think of them as like a gold common where it's like, oh yeah, I'd be happy with that price. Especially in bulk. That's the thing you got to remember too. We're talking in bulk. If you're trying to win silvers like you were before for commons and you're struggling and you're winning maybe like 1 or 2 out of every 10 cards, you can start winning like every card. It might be a little less per card, but you're happy with it. Good money. I'm just sniping any silver for 250 and selling for at least 350. Yep, and that's good too. But remember, pure bulk, right? The thing about silver club stocking that's so good is the amount of cards you can win for cheap on bid when they're 150. Same thing applies to the silver rares for 300 right now. The reason you can make so many coins on things like this, both as a club stock investment and flip, is just the amount of cards you're moving. And some that are up a little bit more than the rest. That too, but... I wonder if someone does this with just goalkeepers, how that would do. You sound so stupid. I haven't gone unassigned since FIFA 24. How do I do it again? You need to have a item to your unassigned. So if you have, let's say, a kit that you have in objectives that you pull out of there, or let's say there's a player pick on the market. If you do a player pick and it pulls to the unassigned, that will allow you to continue to bid or snipe with that. So right now you have like the season pass, you have different objectives. That'd be the easiest way to do it. Waiting for silver rares to go up more. I still have 1,000. Do you have any coins right now, Mason, with that? Because I'd recommend treating it like silver commons, where you keep mass bidding, storing in your club, and flipping duplicates. That way you're making coins in the moment on them, still flipping them, and you can see if things are up a little bit more, selling those off. How's Spanish English silver rares going on console? I'm not sure what they are right now, but I know I sold a bunch for 600 to 1,000 yesterday for Germans. Then they dropped a bit. League SBC? Question mark? What's your question with League SBCs? What are they? I was going to wait to Silver Rare when new silver competition starts Sunday, but I suppose selling now could help me buy other things for cheap. Like you said, golds and maybe silvers. Also, too, like, I'm debating going back and throwing some of these in my club as well. Just because, like, if people are late to building teams or new objectives come out, it might be nice to have some bonus kind of stuff. And, like, I'm more comfortable having these in my club for 300 if prices go down than I am for silver commons in my club for 250, 300 and prices go down. You know what I mean? So I'll have to think about that a little bit. Because I'm basically out of silvers at this point, both common and rare. Maybe we'll look right now to see if we can list something for... If we see a 400 in the last, like, 10 minutes. Maybe we chuck in the club right now. Don't you still make a little more coins off the commons than the rares? Depends on what time and way you're doing it. In general, we make the most coins off the silver commons because we get them for 150. Best case scenario. But right now, everyone's bidding 250, 300, 350, 400 on the silver commons. So that's going to be very difficult. Yeah, I'm going to do that, boys. Let's go back to club stocking. Silver rares. We'll flip dupes. Make some coins while we store. Because I'm also thinking, too, we have the 1,300 plus bronze rares. If they drop an icon SBC soon, we have silver rares. The silver rares will go up, too. Bare minimum on the market. Hopefully to 500 plus. Silver non-rares is always my way to make steady coins. Silver rares are more higher price increase and a way to store coins. Yep. I usually make 10 million plus on silver commons. Silver rares I really don't count each year because it's not kind of my main goal. It's more of just a way to, like you said, store coins, get cards in the club. Different SBCs that come out, we maybe make some sales, but yeah, I love the silver commons. Every silver common is basically 400 plus. So if you picked up a bunch in your club for 150 to 200, you're either doubling your coins, bare minimum, or tripling. Or close to triple, I should say. Yeah, I mean, also too, like, I'm from the United States, and I watch a lot of Premier League football. I watch a lot of European football in general. But, like, there's people who play this game, live in Argentina, and support a Libertadores team or a Sudamericana outside of League SBCs. There's people from Belgium that their favorite teams in the Pro League, and they'll want to buy that card. They'll want to Evo that card when an Evo is available. So, like, honestly, even, like, with the Evo today, what if I threw on Striker? Because I'm doing Wilson Isidore. Redactive sub, buddy. How we doing, brother? Dude, that's wild that Fabio Barini is going to Salford City. We're doing the same thing. Get off my meds? Nope. I love Hater Central, man. Heartwarming. Dewey decided not to dribble his brother today as it was his birthday. Family first. I'm good, bro. You? Fantastic. Someone did the striker Evo for Eusebio? Nah, bruh. Yeah, Dobbins SBC looks like crazy value. No, Ross Stewart. Oh. RIP his career, man. What could have been? What will be the best time to buy Silver Commons again? The best chance we'll have to somewhat restock will be tomorrow with the refresh of the Prime Silver Players Pack and new content. But I'm just preparing you guys in advance so that you don't get your hopes up. With the Silver Cup starting, or the tournament starting, and with Silver's already being up in price, and now a lot of people getting introduced to it, the way I see this working is I don't think we're going to see a super low Silver market in the immediate future. I think we could go through this whole week where prices may drop a little bit, but don't completely drop back down. So it may be the case we get League SBCs before we see 150 Silver bids easily again. It's so hard to win Silver Commons now because they're the most expensive they've ever been, base value. So it's going to be the hardest to win them, yeah. Your method this year, trading with bid cards, is it dead now? They just drop, you won. I mean, here's my thing with my kind of trading. I don't want to just like toot my own horn, but I try to turn my brain off as much as possible. And if that means I got to do a little bit more work with like consistent selling or consistent bidding, I'm going to take that and SBC solutions from our club stock over any sort of fluctuation trading, any sort of Discord servers, any of that stuff. Because I like taking very minimum risk and getting maximum reward in bulk. What you're not saying? I'm not flexing selling these for 400. No, I'm talking about the Silver Commons in particular for 150. Yeah, you can snipe a ton of Silver Commons for 200, 250 and sell for 400, 450 right now. Why are you mass bidding on these? Because everything's basically 400 plus. So it's guaranteed coins that you can win a lot of right now. So just in terms of guaranteed coins, consistently winning bids, easy flips, potential daily SBCs with a club stock, kind of like Silver Commons or the Silver Tournament, touching different leagues, touching different positions, different things that could be evoed. Kind of hit everything. Leak Discord called out investing in those lib silvers you have this morning. I have a feeling now that that one dude has like 35,000 plus unassigned libs, the amount of attention on it is going to draw so many people to it. It wouldn't surprise me if libs right now have like a minimum silver rare value of close to 500. Yeah, they're 450 within the hour. Yeah, let me show you the photo. So, this was the fake one. But this was the real one. One of Teddy's mods, I guess. Mom, I noticed you have bronze upgrade packs saved. Are you as well holding for when League SBCs come out to supply silvers? Yes and no. So my thing, this year specifically with BPM, I'm doing BPM for a multitude of things. I'm doing BPM as a way to make coins, a way to club stock. But a lot of my coins come the same way with the silvers, where I'm not selling in the moment. I'm club stocking and selling for SBC solutions, League SBCs eventually. I'm doing bronze upgrades not because I'm trying to spam as many bronze upgrades into silver upgrades into gold upgrades. I'm separating those two things completely. I'm doing a bunch of bronze upgrades so that I'm not wasting my off-league bronze commons consistently. And I'm holding the silver packs that it makes for essentially Sunderland informs that are base silver. League SBCs is a perfect time where we can do stuff. If I need some untradables for marquee matchups or stuff like that, now that I'm low on silvers, that can be an excellent way to do it. Yeah. Any investments to earn coins before Sunday? As in to have coins by Sunday? Or by the end of Sunday, you want to be in an investment that makes your coins this week? Because I'm doing informs later this weekend. I think they'll go back to 11K plus. So I'll just mass bid 10K. Go crazy. How can you have so many unassigned? You can have unlimited unassigned. There's no limit to the unassigned if you use the unlimited unassigned method. So the method to go unlimited unassigned is you'll reach a peak usually at like 150 to 200, and it'll give you that error that you can't bid or snipe anymore. When you close the app and you go back in, if the first thing you do is pull a, let's say a kit or something off your objective that goes to your unassigned, what that will do is it'll kind of give you unlimited unassigned. And as long as you stay in the app, it will allow you to bid as much as you want, snipe as much as you want, and continue that unassigned pile for infinite amount. But when you get off of that, when you go back to the menu and go back in, it'll go back to you hit your limit. So people will save kits, random objective stuff in the season pass, cards. They'll save pulling that stuff and using it as a way to get unlimited unassigned. But then the easier way is once we start getting like a weekly player pick that'll be out for like 4 or 5 days, that's when a lot of people start going unlimited unassigned on stuff, because they'll make a quick player pick and then do it that way. And that way is a lot easier. So have coins by Friday? You could probably... How many coins do you have right now, Feely? I was club stocking the silver rares. Are you just straight flipping? I'm flipping the dupes. So I'm storing back in my club. Not saying I won't go in and sell the other ones now for 400 plus or later tonight. But just right now, simply as a way to continue bidding, continue to have my coins moving and making more coins, while also potentially helping with SBC solutions and stuff. I'm just filling my club. Want to open 87 Hero? I'll watch you open it. Do you want to share play and do it for us? I would look at a lot of top nations. I'd look at a lot of good leagues for silvers, mainly silver rares for people doing silver teams. So look at a lot of the meta players. Look at a lot of things that seem too low. Look at maybe strikers. All right, dudes, we have a share play 87 hero. Whenever you're ready, buddy. Good luck, man. Let's see what he can get. Goalie. Capos, let's go. W. Carlos would be happy with that. I'd be happy with that. Most people would be. Does he get into your team? What does your team look like? All the FC Utrecht players. Schick, nice. Got Neuer in there. Nice. Let's see how that team's going. Oh, yeah, you did get a special card already. That's cool. Ohio's not first owner, though. Did you give up? Oh, you started giving up, buddy. I see that. So, how would you feel if I use FC Utrecht as my go-to League SBC team this year for League One Eredivisie? How would that make you feel? I'd consistently give them more value by using them. Club stocked? Dude, sell those silvers, man. Is anyone opening silver packs right now? W, man. I don't think anyone wants a 5'7" goalkeeper. Speak for yourself, man. Speak for yourself. Put him at striker? Sure, you could put him at striker. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the share play. I'll let you make the coins right there. I mean, kind of sounds like a skill problem. You guys are having people shoot on you. If you're to the point where someone's taking a shot, you've already failed. You got to be so locked down defensively that they don't even get in your box. Did we get a challenge SBC today, or was that already out? I can't remember. The minimum silver. I think minimum 1 gold. It was a new one. I didn't check SBC solutions for that because I had nothing in my club. How'd that go? People make good coins on it? Most solutions were with gold commons. It blows my mind that Fabio Barini is going to be playing in, was it League 2? Is Salford in League 2? They're not League 1. Remember, you're making a market bidding enemy right now. What are you bidding on specifically? Just so I can avoid it. Are you doing strikers or are you doing the full market? Silver rare 300? In that case, I'm going even harder. I'm beating you to every single one of these. Hey, if you're being selective, I will honor your wish. But if you're doing the whole market, brother, that's like, oh, you could win silver commons for 150 right now. Of course I'm going to be doing it. Yeah, actually, yeah, if you want to start bidding 350 on everything, go ahead and do that. Actually, hold on. I have an idea. I'm genuinely curious with something. Hold on. I'll give you the 300 bids. We'll experiment. I don't know how many 74s are in the game. Probably not a crap ton. Okay, so I'm not saying every inform would work well right now. I'd still wait till later this weekend. If it's under 80 rated or under, it's not going to get supplied from the 81 plus Team of the Week tradable in Foot Champs. So those that are out of packs, you might be safe mass bidding for 10k and under and selling for 11. But I'm really liking informs. All this just to have like a 400 in there, yeah. I was like, oh, is this an SBC solution? Nope. You won't buy my stuff for 400 though? No balls? You're right. Absolutely no balls. Alright, I'm going back to the 300 bids. I was just seeing if 74s were any more up. Because they're so limited. Tag you in. Are there any silver Barca or Real players? I'm not sure. You can go to concepts and it'll show you. If you go low to high, it'll show you the lowest rated ones first. I'm sure there's probably one somewhere. I was mass bidding bronze rares and ended up with 40 of them on the transfer list by mistake. I'm about to discard them. They aren't selling. I want to offload 500 silver commons. Yeah, that'd be smart. Take a little bit of coin loss to make more. Always a good trade-off. Well, I got a text. Are we all on these right now? Imagine we, like, increase the silver rare market even more now. They get to, like, 500 plus. How do you go unassigned again? Once you've reached your max limit, usually it's like 150 to 200, and that message starts popping up. You go to the menu, you close your app, you go back in, and you pull a kit, a badge, a player, any sort of objective thing, or like when player picks are out, you can do it through player picks. Anything that will pull to your unassigned area, that will grant you the ability to then continue bidding and sniping. And as long as you stay in and you don't go anywhere else, like back to the menus, you should be able to do that. No problem. So like, I'll give you an example of what that'll look like. Like, let's say I just closed the app because I wanted to go unassigned. I just came back in. Some people have objectives saved here, so I could go to my FC season. Let's say I have this Evo ready to go. I'd claim it. It'd pull it to my unassigned. I don't touch it. You don't touch the item. You don't, like, accept it and send it to your club. You just pull it to your unassigned, and then you continue bidding or sniping. Right now, it's limited with the stuff you can do, so the best way is just hold all your objectives and don't claim them. But once we get, like, player picks out, that's what everyone uses them for. It's like you'll see a lot of people make unassigned moves, like crazy unassigned moves, whenever player picks are out. It's honestly super fun. Mumbo! God bless, bro. God bless you too, man. What you saving FIFA points for? They're the second round of the pre-order points. So I'm going to use them for the next season pass. Which, how much is the season pass, by the way? Have a good rest of the stream, bro. I'm going to bed. I'll check the rest tomorrow. All right, man. Have a good night. I'm going to work out later tonight, so we'll probably be live for another maybe hour or so. And then I'll take my pre-workout and hit the good old Princeton Club. Some PRs today. Really good family friends. They're out of town this weekend, and their dog's staying with us. So we might have a guest on stream. Potentially. The dog comes tonight, so I'll run off a camera here in like, I think 10 minutes. We have the same schedule today. Dude, I'm telling you, it's the best schedule. Especially like when I have special cards or silver selling. Going to the gym, getting your sets in, setting PRs, going to achieve whatever goal you're going for, and then having enough transferless space to either spam BPM or flip silvers while you're doing cardio is the move, 100%. Like, when we were selling a ton of silvers this week, cardio was my best friend. I would literally just be in Pale Tools or the companion app, compare price, listed. Addict POV, you're right. I'm taking something that normally you would sit on your butt for and do for hours. I am instead getting cardio done while I do it to make it healthier. Silver rares are mainly all 400 plus right now, so 300 bit is easy coins and a good club stock too for the silver tournament and other SBCs. What you selling today? Special cards I'm flipping, silver rares I'm flipping, silver commons I'm sniping and flipping. We need League SBCs bad. That'd be very nice. Very nice. Very nice. That would be very, very nice. Do this for a little while longer. I have gym in the house though. I have an apartment gym that has some stuff but not everything. And then I have a gym about 10 minutes away from my apartment that I like going to as well. I haven't been as much since this game came out because basically I make the decision where it's like, okay, I stream for another half an hour or hour. If I do a half an hour, I can do my apartment gym instead and make up the distance for the driving there and back. Make up the time from driving there and back. If I do another hour, I maybe don't hit the gym today, but I do like cardio on my walking pad when I edit a video. So it's nice to have that flexibility, but I really do miss having a like day in, day out gym schedule. Unless I work out like early in the morning, I just, after work and after streaming, it's almost impossible unless I get a non-stim pre-workout. But even then, my schedule, the way it is right now, is so packed. It's a good problem to have. Football's now moving to Wednesdays. We have last Monday game this upcoming week. It's a remake game. So I'll see if I can score in that one. And then we're going to move to indoor on Wednesday. I'm hoping. I don't know if they will. If they have a way to record games where you can like pay to have them record, I'm 100% using that service. I don't know if this place offers that though. That would be sick though. PT, I have a good weekly dumbbell full body muscle group thing I use for clients if you want that. Structure for lower weight, more reps to build slow twitch survivals instead of fast twitch. I can Discord you. It's very good. I had a lot of good results with it. I mean, if you want to send it, I'll look at it. I'm kind of doing my... I'm in between two kind of things right now. So I've done bodybuilding for a long time. And this is the first year I'm back to kind of playing football again. So I'm in the process of trying to keep up with bodybuilding movements, but also doing enough cardio and VO2 max activities where I am in really good soccer running shape, football running shape. And right now I feel like I'm in a really good spot with that. So I don't know how much I want to tweak what I'm currently doing. The biggest issue I'm running into though is whenever you do go from mainly just bodybuilding / weightlifting to more cardiovascular activities, it's difficult to continue hitting PRs in that area. It's usually a give and take. And also too, being like doing bodybuilder lifts for running isn't always the best. Like, there's different exercises you want to do when it comes to being an athlete versus bodybuilding. That would probably be the thing that I need to transition to more. Like doing speed activities, more mobility work, which I've started incorporating earlier this summer. More muscle you have, the quicker you can gas out. True, but also the more mass you have, the harder it is to have a football type of build. Like, for me to be where I want to be in terms of, like, football ability, I think I probably still have to cut down another 10 to 15 pounds. But, like, in terms of my play right now, it's fine. But you can just tell, it's like, okay, realistically, being 210 to 215 pounds, it's going to be very difficult to... We're not playing full 90s. That's not an issue. It's going to be very difficult to keep up with the pace-abusing wingers who are like a $160. Your boxer, we have to be careful with how much muscle you pack on. Yeah. The issue is when you have it. The issue is when you have it already, not wanting to lose it, but also wanting to be in good shape for other sport you're playing. That's the difficult part. Because it's like, it's one thing putting on muscle. It's another not wanting to lose all the hard work you built over the years. Full build is almost like a swimmer's build, super lean. Yeah. Recommend lower weights, more reps. Then, dude, to be honest, for maintaining. Yeah. I don't want to get too super scientific with lifting. Yes and no. Your muscle cares more about the resistance than the amount of reps. So you want to make sure if you're wanting to keep the muscle that you're able to lift as much as you were before, or put in enough tension on it without giving up too much there. So my plan with that is having the bodybuilding exercises I still do, make sure that I can basically still do those exercises to a certain extent, and then it's not dropping too much, while also like balancing out more of a well-rounded kind of athlete workout. No, yeah, no. Fitness is one of those weird areas where everyone has different opinions. Everyone's super serious about the things they want to do. And like, it's very hard for me to want to take fitness advice from people. I'll just say that. Yeah, no. I appreciate it though, buddy. Thank you. But yeah, if you want to send that to me, I'll take a look at it. Do you think by there only being 2 more gold libs will cause them to change the requirements for League SBCs? I would assume so, and if they don't, that means silver rares are going to be even more valuable. Especially the 73 and 74. TikTok fitness drives me mad. Any fitness drives me mad. I love consuming fitness content, but I can't stand listening to fitness content. Especially like, this isn't a dig at women. This is a dig at fitness influencers who market to women. There will be people that sell whole programs on like how a woman can like target thinning her stomach. But it's not a calorie deficit. It's these specific exercises. Which is like, yeah, you can work the abdominal muscle, but if you're 35% body fat, You got to lose the fat. How do you lose the fat? A caloric deficit. But then also, too, I have a lot of frustrations when it comes to just eating disorders and stuff, and it's a long, heated area. You'll hear me complain about it a ton. What you think the gold rares should be around if they don't change the requirement? Depends on how often they're packed, right? What are the ratings of the ones right now? Alright, I gotta go let the dog in. But if you want to get as bro swole as me, bro, you gotta eat kale, bro. Kale makes me fit, bro. And you can buy my kale, bro. Chips to instantly get to look like what I look like, bro. Fitness content becomes a lot easier when you understand they're used car salesmen more than they are offering advice. There's some people who offer like good advice, but a lot of people have a product to sell. And it's them putting out content to then sell you the product. So it's like, for example, hitting a protein goal when you're putting on muscle and trying to build muscle is a necessity, right? The amount of protein an individual needs might differ depending on your weight, your size already, the amount of muscle you have. But when people sell you their protein powder and they word it in a way where they make it sound like you need to buy this protein powder, you need these supplements. Enough people don't understand that supplements are supposed to supplement your diet and not be your diet. And people take advantage of the fact that there's a lot of misinformation out there and the fact that like people are new in a space. Heck, I would even go as far and say like, not that personal trainers take advantage of like newbies, but when someone's a blank slate, it's very easy to influence them to things you're selling. Especially if fitness is the one area they're lacking in. Let's say they're older and they have an established career and money's not a problem. They'll pay whatever to get healthy. It's like car salesmen. They'll sell you whatever. All right, be right back. back. Being two old chickens? Everybody? There's a gold common called McLaughlin. 6 good if you have them. One client came to me for 30-ish pounds. He came to me initially 2 times a week, then 3. Got her down to 310. She hit a wall. Found she would be coming in and working out. Then getting pizza on the way home. For example, it was driving me insane. She told me it's because of the cost of groceries. So after a session, I went to the grocery store with her. The price of pizza showed her 4 chicken breasts, $19. Bag of carrots, $2. Bag of broccoli, $4 to $5. Bag of rice. Yep. Back at my house, showed her how to cook, etc. Just trying to break through to her about money, healthy food, and couldn't get through. She left me at about 285. She lost motivation. I checked back in a few months ago. She's back at 315. I'm so sad about it. The issue with that, and I've thought about getting into that space for a bit. The issue is people have to want it for themselves. That's a very difficult thing. You can teach methods, you can give information, but it's a lot more difficult to teach the motivation and the showing up. And that's like the hardest part. And not everything is linear, right? There's going to be some times where, you know, you put on the weight, you want to lose it, you lose a lot, you don't break all the unhealthy habits, you put some back on, you learn slowly over time, you lose some more, you get to a point where you're healthy or happy, or both hopefully, and then if it goes up a little bit, you know how to get it go back down. But more just understanding the whole process of how that works. A lot of people just don't know, or they don't want to, and that's like another thing together. I get like the stress of not wanting to weigh yourself every single day because you're afraid of what the scale may say. But like my question is if you're afraid to weigh yourself every single day, is it because you're afraid of what the scale might say? Or is it afraid of like facing accountability to your actions throughout the week? Because like I know for me, I'm still that way where it's like I'll usually weigh myself in the morning, but if I went to, let's say, my family dinner the night before and my mom made a really good dessert, I could not help myself. I went absolutely crazy on ice cream, pie, candy. I have a lot of carbs now in my system with all the water that I was drinking too. I'm going to be bubbled up. And that scale's going to weigh way more than the actual weight I put on. Probably, at the end of the day, maybe like 500 calories over maintenance. But all the extra water weight makes you feel like crap. But it's like understanding like, hey, you didn't actually put on 5 pounds eating this. That makes it a lot easier to like understand. Don't, McKenna. Don't.
Oh, this is for you, Jerome. You won't get anything. Okay.
I do not want.
You ran away.
Jeez. Almost fell through. Yep, a lot of people that come to you just don't understand it's a lifestyle change and not a diet. Just a diet, yeah. I mean, that's my struggle. That's always been my struggle. I'll be very disciplined in a lot of areas, but like for me, food is a big issue because I can eat a crap ton of food. And I, for many years, had an emotional attachment with food in the sense of like using it as, I'm stressed today, eating's gonna make me feel better. Or like during COVID, I put on a lot of weight because it was like, oh, I can't go out and see friends, hang out with people. The only thing I can really do is sit in here. Let me at least enjoy it. And I was not happy at all. It would just eat myself into a depression. But yeah, like learning about calorie deficits. I mean, treat it like a science experiment almost, where it's like, if you understand how a calorie deficit works, you know kind of the amount of calories you need to maintain, and you kind of build it from there. Like, the macronutrients are important too, but the main thing is calories in, calories out. If you ate 2,000 calories of donuts every single day, and your maintenance was 2,500 calories, you did that every single day. In a week, you're going to lose a pound. You're going to probably lose a lot of muscle with that, but you're going to lose a pound. CJ, I'm good, buddy. Just joined the stream. What have I missed today? Not much. Just flipping silvers, sniping silver commons that are still up. Most silver rares are 400 plus, so just mass bidding, flipping for profit, storing. We'll probably go in and sell some of the ones in our club as well, but I do want to get something for new content tomorrow so that we're not completely empty now that we basically got all the silvers out of our club. I most wait in once a week at the same time after using the bathroom. Yeah, like for me, when it comes to weighing myself, I don't weigh myself necessarily just out of habit. It's more of like a experiment of like, okay, I'm eating a certain way. Am I going down in weight? Am I going up in weight? And I don't look necessarily on a daily basis. It'll be more like weekly averages. Is my weight in general going in a downward direction? Or more importantly for me, it's like, okay, if it's going in an upward direction, I don't want it to. What's causing this? Am I Canadian? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Goodness, no. Woo, no, no, no. No, no. Absolutely not. I am from the freedom country, buddy. The good old USA. My friend said you weren't. He probably thought I was from Canada if I said America. And I didn't specify where in North America. But yeah, no, I'm from the US. Yeah, but when people first change their diet and cut out carbs, they might see massive weight change. Dude, yes! Oh my gosh. That's my biggest frustration is it gets me so frustrated at people. Okay, so let's say you're someone who's new to dieting or like wanting to make changes and they eat a certain way where they're not tracking calories, but they're eating all healthy foods and they're not necessarily in a calorie deficit that often. They might be eating all the good things, but if they're not tracking how much they're eating, they're making good choices with food, but the amount they're eating maybe is just not little enough to see a change. But then they'll change to a keto diet where they might still be eating the same amount of calories, still not be in a deficit, but instantly will lose the water weight without the carbs. And they'll think that means they're losing all that weight, when in reality it's just like the water, yeah. My friend lost 600 coins on Inform Alba. Is that the new Mendy? L, man. L. But no, my frustration is not in the individual in those cases. My frustration comes down to having been in those camps, seeing them get happy because that was the thing that finally saw them to get weight loss. Their mind is now going to play that trick on them where this must be the only way I can do it. I did this for so long, didn't see success. I finally saw success through this, therefore that must be right. Sitting in Canada Alba, what do you think was going to happen? He bought because of Busquets. He bought one of the most overhyped and overinvested cards. Those always scare me. Like, you got to sell them the hype, and you almost got to have to sell them the hype before the hype. Is BPM working this year? Yes, BPM has been working like a charm this year, especially from the club stocking perspective, which is the way I recommend it, rather than a in the moment trying to make coins, because you're going to make infinitely more in the long run that way. But in general, managers usually in bulk pay for most of the bronze pack in the moment. I was the other way. I had 20 Albas at 15K since last week. Sold for 21K today. 120K profit. W. But yeah, no. If people want to do like a keto diet or a mainly keto diet, I have no issues with that. But when it comes at the expense of their health in the sense of they feel completely tired all the time because they don't have the energy from carbohydrates, they're not eating very nutrient-dense foods, they're still not tracking, they're just suffering for no reason. But then they get off of it, right? That's the other hard thing. The weight they think they're losing, the second the water's back in their system, the second their glycogen storages are no longer depleted, it's like, oh. Uh-oh. Like, my favorite thing with water weight was I went to 2 years in a row, my buddy did a shrimp boil where we went over to a friend's house and they did a big shrimp boil. They had a bunch of corn, sausages, crap ton of shrimp, crap ton of salt in it. And I didn't drink much water when I was eating, and I ate piles and piles of shrimp. My stomach, like, you could see a six-pack, but it was like hard. Like the whole stomach was hard because all the food was in there. And I knew the second I drink water, it would become like Santa with just like the big puffed out stomach. And literally, I got home, I started drinking water. I looked like I was pregnant with twins. I was like, oh boy. Can't wait to get this out. But not to tie everything back to Ultimate Team, but you kind of can. That's also like a life lesson. When you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to eat healthier, when you're trying to live healthier, a lot of the times you can receive a bunch of information from people who know what they're doing. But until you actively live it yourself and go through the trials and errors, figure out what works and what doesn't, figure out what fits into your life and what doesn't, what changes you need to make, until you're putting yourself in that position, it's going to be very difficult to feel like you can do it until you do it. Same thing kind of applies with like trading, right? Even like low end stuff. A lot of people don't want to get into silvers even though there's very minimal risk because they don't know what they're doing. But once they slowly kind of learn, they see the fluctuations in price, they see the SVC solutions, they see the bare minimums on the market. Once that information comes in, it's like, oh yeah, this kind of makes sense. Let me start bidding, see if I can win some. I can sell it in the minute at the moment and make coins, but you're saying I should throw it in my club? What's the point of that? You can tell them like SBC solutions, but until like they sell a card to an SBC solution, no one can really wrap around in their head the fact that you can sell a card that you picked up for less than 200 coins for 9K. That's wild, because you're like, who would buy that? Doesn't make sense. Right, time to list and work out. Market's yours. Have a good rest of your stream, bro. See you, buddy. Alright, we'll be wrapping up soon, too. I'm going to go take my pre-workout and get a lift in. Anyone was still listing silvers? Silver rares now. We're mainly flipping. I'm out of silver commons. What is generally the grace period for SBC solutions? Once an SBC solution becomes the cheapest and is posted within the last 10 minutes, usually it has another 5 to 10 minutes of rise in for a lot of the cards. And like the way you can tell is if a card already has a lot of buy nows and not a lot of low ones, usually you're on the downward scope. Like, for example, I'll take this card. Let's assume this is a silver common that we picked up for 150. And we see there's an SBC solution. We check to see if we have the card. And I have the card. I could check in this card. The lowest buy now might be 5K as of a minute ago. But you see that it was 5K, so the person before you listed for 4.5 because he wanted to sell it quicker. Another one sold it for 4.2. You're kind of racing towards the bottom where you'll sell it for insane profits still. But usually when it has the most value is when it's on its way up, when people are initially buying the cards, it's raising in price. And kind of like gambling, kind of like timing of anything, you're never really going to hit the peak. Some cards you might hit the peak, but a lot of times you're either going to sell something as it's becoming an SBC solution and it goes and you could have gone way more, or you're selling it on the way down. Like both of those sides. You're never really going to get the mountaintop. But a cool thing with that is because of how many cards become SBC solutions, that's what makes the method so good. So you know, like when we do the silver center back method and we just kind of list everything at a certain price range and we get a lot of sales, a lot of those cards sell not because it was the cheapest buy now in terms of the full market for center backs at that price range, but because it comes an SBC solution card. And even though it might have been 300 minimum price on that, I had it listed at 400. It becomes an SBC solution card on its way up. It gets bought at the 400. So I make good coins on it. If I picked it up for 115, sold it for 400. The person who invested in it for SBC solution makes good coins if it goes to 1K to 2K. The person who gets really lucky at the peak might get it for 5, 6K, but then people sell it on the way down. Also will sometimes miss out because they'll try to sell it for too high of a price. And by the time it gets to the end of the hour, if it didn't sell, it's no longer an SBC solution. It's back to min price or whatever it was before. You're still listening to yours? Noise. Got lucky after content. They rose again to 350 PC from yesterday to now. I have went from 700K to 1.16 mil. W, man. Let's go. All right, we are now SBC, man. Boom, 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 boom. Marquee matchups be going for... Would marquee matchups be going up for 2 to 3 hours after content, or all depends? That depends on what in particular. There's always SBC solution cards at any time of any day for any SBC. That will become expensive. But like the things they're asking for might hit their peak a half an hour to an hour after it comes out. So like for example, if... let's say... I can't remember what was needed. Let's say French cards were needed, right? For the first team. All silver French cards might have went to a minimum of 400 coins. But maybe they drop a little bit after an hour. But you're going to have other French cards that are an SBC solution card. And that card in particular is 2K. So it's different. That's when you get like the random South Korean goalkeeper that's 9K. The random CSL silver rare that's 8K. Yeah, PC is its own thing, man. My whole spiel is if you guys have a console and you choose to get on PC because you want to play on there, all power to you. But if you like menu grinding, if you like kind of flipping, trading low-end stuff, if you can get a console, it is 100% superior. unless they put the markets together eventually, which I don't think they will. Managers are down quite a bit today, looks like. There's always something in PC that can make you millions that there isn't in console. Just need to find it. Yeah, like it applies both ways, but my issue is mainly the supply. Especially once League SBCs come. That's where I would really be frustrated. Ooh, Brazil's up. Guys, if you invested in Brazil managers and you checked a few in your club, when we told you to, I think it was last week, you got some good coins in them right now. Let's go. How to make coins on PC? Same way as PlayStation and Xbox. Use our methods, find what has value, and buy less than the buy now, and sell higher. Your PC, man? We got a ton of PC people in our community. Here's at BPM works on PC. Transfer market is way less. Okay, bronze pack method always works, no matter what market you're in. The how you do bronze pack method is the important thing. If you're doing bronze pack method in terms of you're opening a bronze pack and trying to sell all the items in the moment to make coins, you're almost always going to be disappointed. But if you're using bronze pack method as a way to club stock, SBC solution sell, daily SBC sell, icon SBC sell, league SBC sell, manager sell, you will cook. It's just a longer process. Got 3 USA NWSL managers in 3 packs. LMAO, I've never seen that before. Yeah, it gets crazy, man. Let me, I'm just curious to see drop rate on good leagues on some silver packs right now. Because if there's potential things like this, that's 700. Yeah, no, unless you're getting like a really good card. Still probably not worth it. I don't think any of that stuff's selling. You know why some English bronzes now over 1 to 2K? I sold 5 over 1 to 2K now, and I don't know why. People doing English objectives for players. People doing SBCs with English solutions. Yeah, bunch of different things. Why BPM? Why not BPM? Every pack we open is infinitely more value than we had before. That in bulk over time. What method are people using regarding using profit made to buy players versus reinvesting? What method are people using regarding using profit made to buy players? I would say for our community, it's mainly a mix of the silver common investing now into like special cards. So like people in our community who club stocked when I told them for 150, 200, basically doubled and tripled their coins. They're now doing that into informs. They're doing that into some silver rares. How so? What's expensive right now? I didn't say it had to be expensive right now. Guys, if you haven't seen our BPM video, it is in the trading playlist. If you're wanting to understand the value in it, it's as simple as this. We open a pack, 750 coins. If we quick sold all the kits and badges and left the players, there's over 200 coins there. So I basically need to make almost 250 there. Basically, I need to make 500 coins to get my money back. I got 4 players. Each will eventually go for 200 bare minimum. That's 800 coins right there, plus the quick sell. So that's 1,000 plus. Now, obviously, there's some things that aren't selling right now. There's some things we can get to sell right now. And there's some stuff that will be SBC solutions in our club that will go for 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus. There'll be league SBCs eventually. There's objectives. There's managers that go up and down. I've watched it, but it said it was better than ever now. Do you remember why I said in the moment it was better than ever? It was for something very particular. It was because we had 4 bronzes that were informs. So you could pack 4 informs as well that week. So you could do this whole thing, plus you had a bunch of bonus things. We have the bronze rares that will reach a point where they get to at least a few hundred coins minimum each. The icon SBCs, and we have 1,300 plus in our club. How much money to start? Get a good club stock with BPM. I would always do a trading tip on the side if you're low with coins. I'd say you should have at least 50K. I would honestly say at least 100K to 250K to do it in extreme bulk, which is the way I recommend it. Any of our low-end methods, if you have less than 50K, can make you hundreds of thousands of coins a week. I feel like a lot of people in here are prime examples of making hundreds of thousands of coins this week on silvers. I would always do that on the side. No, I don't think we have any Team of the Weeks that are bronzes this week. Do you think I'll get banned if I buy lib stud players for 400 now and sell for thousands? Which ones are you buying for 400 now? I guess it depends. Are you buying the silver rares? Canada seems very low for managers right now. Just all silvers on bid. I guess it depends who you're buying from or how you're doing it. Silver commons are already up in price, so I'd wait till you can bid 150 to 200 on them to get those again. The silver rares all have a guaranteed buy now price of I think 450 plus for libs at the moment. So if you're getting silver rares, they already go for over 400. So if you become up less than that, it's guaranteed profit in the moment. But no, last thing I'll say on BPM, if you have any more questions, you can ask. Literally think of it as an investment. If you get your mind out of needing to make coins on it in the moment, and you treat it as what it should be, as like a more of an investment, you'd not ask the questions or say the things you're saying. In the sense of like, if you see me put silver commons in my club for 150, right? No one would say, Mumbo, you're losing coins at putting silver commons in your club for 150. Because that's not possible. You're not losing the coins. But if you have thousands upon thousands of silver commons in your club for 150, and they're taking forever to sell at 200, if you eventually want to get liquid, it might take a little bit of time to get rid of all those and get it liquid. That's the more of the similar argument to BPM, is like your club stocking. There's things that are constantly going up and down, things that are constantly becoming SBC solutions, but outside of that, we're waiting for icon SBCs for the whole bronze rare market to go up. We're waiting for league SBCs to have the Lib Suds, Bundesliga Serie A, Prem La Liga, Ligue 1 Eredivisie, all those go up. But the other stuff, kind of like the silver club stock, is always up in price. How does the 52 rate Korean give me value? Because it will eventually become an SBC solution. That's the answer. Whether or not you think it'll have value, it will have value for something. Almost every card in your club at some point, whether you know it or not, will be 1,000 plus coins. Whether it's for a few minutes, for a few hours. Should we use today as an example? I'm going to use today as an example. One silver that was 3.9. One silver that was, oh, that's a gold common. Never mind. A lot of these were silvers because of the SBC today, but other ones were bronzes as well. Like, look at these for silver logic, right? Look how crazy prices got. Here's one for 4.1, 3.8. Obviously, that's the tall goalkeeper. 3.3. 2.5, 3.8, 1.2, 1.3. All these are things, now we're to right before new content, but all those things were after new content today that rose. Now think of this as a club stock with bronzes, silvers, and golds. You had a little bit of everything. How wild it gets. 3.9, 1.5, 1.2. Where is this on the Discord? If you haven't watched our club stock video, it's in the description of the club stock video in the trading playlist. $3.3 bronze is normal. He's a German influencer and plays as a pro. He's every time at high in price. Still is a card that's up in value. Still applies. Any rich country, rare bronzes will have value at some point. Even the non-rich countries, if there's an SBC that comes out that you can use bronzes in, and they need a minimum of like 5 to 6 rares, a lot of people will not want to buy silver or gold rares, so they'll want to buy bronze rares. You can see the most random countries pop up. Sure, the Lib Sud rating will be lower this year, and if you buy low and sell really high, it doesn't get you banned like the Pina thing. They will most likely change the rating, because just by the amount of golds that are no longer available in Lib and Sud, if they kept it the same, it'd add even more value to the silver rares and the existing gold commons and probably make all of them extinct. But in general, why would you get banned for selling at a price that things are at? Depends on how you do it, right? A lot of people who get banned are buying a bunch of a card from the same person. That's different. The Pina thing, you had Pina's price go up, and a bunch of people tried to predict whether it would continue to go up. And a lot of the cards that were listed above value, the same people are buying of those same cards, it felt like. Unless there was a different situation with Pina that I'm missing out on. That's a different circumstance. Like almost every case of someone getting banned, and it's usually for the coin selling allegations, is when you're buying multiple cards from an individual user at an inflated price. So let's say League SBCs came out tomorrow, and you club stocked one of every silver rare in your club and silver lib, silver sud, silver common, lib and sud. If those went from a 400 buy now to a 5,000 buy now in every single one of them, you selling at market price wouldn't be an issue. What would be an issue is if you bought a crap ton of cards from the same user at an extremely inflated price. Like if that's the average price, it's now 5K. That average around that time is going to be that's its value. But if the lowest buy nows were 1K and you're buying a bunch that were 2K and 3K because you're trying to wait for them to go extinct and you just bought 7 from the same player, now it's going to be like, okay, what are you doing? Where to check how many cards, silver, there are for each league. If you go to concepts and you go to the Libertadores League, you can put in silver common, silver rare, all silvers, and it'll show you every single one. You can go team by team. Yep, no problem, buddy. No problemo. All right, let's do a little bit more BPM. And then I will get ready for the workout. Have you got a place to gift? Place to gift. Like donate? You have the membership. If you want to become a member, I believe it's the $sign in chat. Gets you a badge and emotes. You have the super chat option, but if you're gonna donate super chat, it's better to do the PayPal Streamlabs link in the description because super chats will take 50% of it. Will go to YouTube. But by no means you have to donate at all. What's your percentage? 0 to 100%. League SPCs will come out the same as last year. Define same as last year. If we're saying the same teams and the same names, do I think they're going to be the Premium Mixed League upgrade and the Mixed League upgrade? I think there's a very high likelihood that will all be the same. The change of rating or the change of requirements might differ. That's my guess. If I had to put money on it, I'd say teams and names will stay the same. Rating might change 1 or 2. I think they'll still want you to require gold, but I think the rating will be, instead of a 74, maybe like a 72 rated. That's my guess. There's no guarantees we even get League SBCs, but every year we've invested in them, they've come back out. We're just going to continue to do so. And again, if you want to go unassigned and like risk not being able to open packs for a week or 2, you can do that. The way I do it is I get one of each of my club under market value as it is. So even if we have to play the waiting game and no League SBCs come, we still make value on every single card. It's the steps after that that you got to ask yourself, do you really want it? Jacob, what's up, buddy? Predictions for tomorrow/today? I want Brobby to score so bad. The amount of crap people have already been talking about him is insane, man. Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dante here. What's up, bud? What do you mean, one of one? Did I say one of one? What did I say for that was one of one? I don't know what I said. What? One of one. What did I say that was one of one? Did I word something wrong? Or what was I referencing? You said the Mayenda Evo? Dude, my Isidore one looks like it could be decent. Oh, one of each player. If that's what you're referencing to, I've bought basically one of each silver rare and silver common of each Libertadores and Sudamericana player. One of each. If I said one of one, my bad. Yeah. I bought basically one of each and threw it in my club. Yeah. Sadiq is fit, then hopefully we can get the win comfortably. This is a big test with a run of tough fixtures to come. Yeah. Let's see this Evo. Oi, big man. Yo, that looks sick. 85 pace, 84 shooting. Let me show you what my Isidore one would look like. So that my Endo would have 85 shooting. Or 85 pace, 84 shooting. 66 passing, 81 dribbling, 32 defending, and 78 physical. Let me show you what I got cooking. So my Brabi's already set. We can't Evo him. He's already those stats. My Mayenda's already an 83. With a little less shooting, a little less dribbling, but more passing. Same physical. But where we really start cooking is this Isidore. Look at this. 85, 84, 65, 82, 32, 80 physical with 4-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot. What amount of bronze cards is good? In reference to what? Wolves are wank. They've had a poor start to the season, but they've been doing better recently. Sunderland won. Wolves nil, but Wolves be the better performing team. Sunderland to shop after their goal. Wolves will stay up. Sunderland rated. Also, you can get into one more Evo with the current rating cap. Sarah's going to show again why he's the best DM in the Prem. Dude, he's a baller, man. I still can't believe Sunderland got him. For like SBC is the first icon with 11 rares. Like, what's a good amount to have? I have 1,300. So I have well over 1,000 bronze rares for that. I would say probably at least a few hundred would be good. Once League SBCs come out, is the best time to sell around the time it comes out? No. So, what will happen? Let's assume League SBCs come out tomorrow. And it's the same exact ratings, same exact teams, everything as last year. What's going to happen is you have a bunch of people who also invested in a lot of these cards. There's even people that went unassigned on 35,000 silver rare libs. You're going to have a lot of people undercutting each other, selling to the market, but also you're going to have a lot of people doing League SBCs right away. So what I usually do is I'll find what they're kind of going for in that moment. And I'll start sniping under that as people start listing at whatever price. And I make a crap ton of coins off of that. I'll maybe start selling some stuff, but usually when things rise the most, it's the mix of UK starting to go to bed, the US still heavily doing the League SBC, but not having the supply there was before. So you don't have to sell instantly. It's not like a daily SBC where you have to rush and get them out by a certain time for the SBC solutions, because now we're going to bare minimum market value when it comes to League SBCs than we are SBC solutions. It's a completely different method that opens up a completely different market. It also makes trading and flipping easier too. If you notice, everything's 2K plus for silver rares. You can snipe under that, you can bid under that, you can flip, you can lazy list. You know, thing that'll stay, it'll stay relatively even. If it drops a little bit, the whole market will drop. If it rises a little bit, the whole market will rise. There still might be some of those cards that become SBC solutions in their own right, but honestly, a lot of them will be harder to become a cheap SBC solution because their initial value will be already high. So like the reason a lot of silver commons get into SBC solutions is because they're counted as a 150 bid or 200 buy now. So it's the cheapest solution possible. But then when people start buying up that card's now 2 to 3K. Does that make sense? If a card's already 2 to 3K, the chance it can be used for cheapest solution is going to be very low. But the guaranteed value in it now will forever be there until the SBC goes away. Fodder so low. Maybe like 1100 to 1200. Is that good? I would say that's good. If you invested in silver commons, I'd get rid of all those. We told you guys to go all in for 150, 200 coins. You can double and triple your coins now with that investment. Silver rares are basically all 400 plus. If you club stock for 300 like we recommended, you can make a ton of coins there. That one's still relatively low / lower range, so you can still win bids and flip those pretty easily. I don't know what gold commons are looking like right now. What do Libin Suds bronze rise to normally? Watch my video from today. You can see all the prices they got to and all the filters. All that's included in today's video. Sniping 87s on average. 93, 94 for about 650k so far. Dang, man. W. Aaron! New member, my dude! Enjoy the badge, enjoy the emotes. But most importantly, Aaron, we got a question for you. Let me know when you're ready. Appreciate your help, brother. No problem, man. Is that the Lib SVC? Let's go. The Lib emote for the win. Ready. Members FC. Gouler's in from a member. Elis is in from a member. Mendy's in from a member. Usually for Carlos, we'll have Campos and goal for him. So those are the positions that are taken up. Is there any striker, maybe like any defender or any midfielder in these areas that you'd want to be your member? Give me something low rated. Evil Pina. Don't gotta tell me twice, brother. Your wish is my command. There she is. Oh, there's another Pina? Oh, Evil Pina. Oh, I thought you were calling Pina evil. The athletic woman. Should we just extinct at 10K? This chick? Dang. I think I'm SBC banned right now, so I'll have to buy her later, but... Oh no, I'm no longer banned. There we go. Look at her play styles. Oh. What? What the heck, man? Actually, what chem style do people play on her? Evo eligible? Sadly, she won't be going into Evo for me because all Evos go for Sunderland players. That's still insane. You did Hunter? Okay. How much are Hunters going for? They're like 3K, right? Too much? Since I'm not playing a game today, I'll buy her again later when there's more on the market. Unless one pops up here for like under 8K. Then I'll get it. But we'll buy that with the Hunter and we'll use it for the next game we play. Dude, that's insane, the amount of play styles. That's wild, dude. Let's put her back on the bench so we don't forget. Alright, guys, if you did enjoy the stream today, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. We're going to be back a few hours after new content. We'll be able to be live earlier than we usually are Monday through Friday. I don't have a video recorded for tomorrow, or today technically, depending on what time it is for you. I'll debate whether I post one or not. I might do a trading tip or a club stock, but we have no RTG episode, so we'll go live after the Sunderland game at some point, and yeah, take it easy, boys. Peace. Thank you again, Aaron. Appreciate you, buddy. Love you guys.